was going into this election right
Yeah.
here. So it didn't feel like a Senate, like it felt, because I remember, like, normally you ignore, like, who's voting for the Senate or, all that stuff like that.
Right.
But, over the years, I guess we've been educated on how important those seats are, because I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really, pay attention to that stuff. I just said, okay, I'm gonna vote Democrat, but I didn't really understand the importance of the majority in the House, because, if it defeats the purpose of the president not being able to make moves if the people, in the House is not backing them.
Blocking them, right.
Yeah, so right. I mean, that's something that, I learned, maybe I'm slow to it, but, I never really got caught up in the politics, but but this race here, I think this was the biggest race in Georgia that I can ever remember.
It's the biggest one I've ever seen. I'm not gonna lie, man. Me and you, we were talking over the holidays, man. I just think it's real funny, man. Just about the marketing campaign that's been going on with this. I mean, if you're hiding under a rock, you should still know what's going on with this campaign. Because I mean, it's just there. I mean, if you're on YouTube, if you're on, Facebook, if you're watching TV, if you go outside, you step outside, you're going to see something going on with this campaign. And
every single day,
at your phone,
every single day,
if you look at your phone, you're going to get a text, you're going to get a call, you're going to get, you're going to get an email. And it just kind of reminds me, about our business and just kind of going all out for what it is that you're supposed to do. And for me, it just reminds me, like, I know last year is done and fourth quarter is done, but to me, this election kind of reminds me of, like, it's fourth quarter, the ball is on the floor and somebody's trying to score and they're just doing everything they can to make it happen. And it's just, I mean, it's a historic time, and everything happens to be centered on Georgia, man. And it's just an amazing thing to see. And like I said, it's the greatest marketing campaign I think I've ever seen,
Yeah, it is. It's definitely been amazing. So, yeah, I mean, shout out to, Warnock. I mean, if you guys haven't voted yet, tomorrow is the last day. So make sure you go make your vote count. I got mine out the way a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
So definitely, if you have not voted yet, please take the time as a Georgian is living in this state. This race, you got to make your presence felt. So make sure you take the time. It might be long lines, but just wait it out and get it done. You know what I'm saying? So
it's an amazing thing, man. One thing I think me and you, and I'm, I just want to say, man, I'm blessed, man, and I'm honored, man, to to have a partner like you. We've been in trenches, people, they may not understand, but just in doing this business. I mean, me and you do this business, every single day, and just the things that that we're able to encounter, the people that we're able to interact with, on a daily basis from a standpoint of helping our partners, get to that next place, man. I mean, it's an honor, man. I'm grateful to have you as a partner, man.
Likewise.
We need to make some stuff happen. We're able to, to make it happen. And like me and you, working today, to make some stuff, go, and it's gonna go. Yeah. And this is what we pledge to do, for our partners, when it comes to, getting a deal done. God has blessed us to be able to start this, dialing for dollars program. It wasn't anything that we thought of, but something more along the lines of what God put inside of us. Here it is. It's an active program, and I'm just grateful, man. I'm grateful for the opportunity, man. We had one of them sellers today that he's a different kind of seller. You got to kind of box him a little bit, but the bottom line is going to get done. And that's the kind of thing that we pledge to do with our partners. when it comes time to doing deals is, if we say it's going to happen, we're going to really, really work to make it happen. I just want to say thank you, man. Thank you for being there, to help me make it happen.
Likewise, brother. I mean, a real team, to me, I think a real team is having people that's around you that's willing to go to war with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be, we're constantly in the battlefield, and you don't want nobody around you that's gonna just throw in the flag and it's gonna lay down. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you gotta be willing to take some bumps and bruises, man. You gotta be willing to go all out and commit yourself. You know what I'm saying? Show commitment, and show the team that, hey man, we all in this together and we're gonna get it done. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Have that type of mindset. And that's when it relates to a team. And that's the beauty about, Wholesalers or us is we go to battle for all of our partners. You know what I'm saying? We fight it out. Not to say that every battle is gonna be a victory. You know what I'm saying? We had a phone call earlier today. I mean, it wasn't the call we wanted to make, but a deal didn't work out. But that comes with the territory, you know what I'm saying?
We went through every possible scenario to make that deal happen, right?
Right.
But yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, it comes with the game. I remember a time, in my career. I remember a time in my career where, I used to just hang on to every single deal. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong. I mean, these deals are like precious. Like every deal is precious.
Right.
And you better believe that if we have an opportunity to put something under an agreement or a contract or something like that, then we're going to exhaust every single opportunity to make it happen. But one thing I had to realize is, in the words of my brother Paul, Paul said, and this is how we got to treat 2020 is, brothers and sisters, I do not consider myself yet to have taken hold of it. But one thing I do, forgetting what is behind and straining for what is ahead. And that's one thing we got to do. I mean, like we've got to, we've got to be like athletes, right? An athlete, suffers, a lot of disappointments. Michael Jordan, suffered many disappointments in his career. LeBron James suffered many disappointments in his
many championships that he lost. But
yeah, I mean,
also on the flip side of that, he was blessed to win for. You know what I'm saying? He might have lost like 9 or 10 or how many of it is. I know it's a big number.
Right. But to have gotten there. And
you know what I listened to? You know what? I ain't mean to cut you off, but my wife was letting me listen to, I gotta post it, man. She let me listen to a speech that Beyonce made. It was like, I never really heard Beyonce speak like that, but it was such a powerful speech. I think it was related to, I know it was related to a lot of that Black Lives Matter stuff. It was something else. But one of the things, what you were just saying, one of the things that she talked about was investing into yourself, and she was talking about failure, being okay with it. She was like, she was just talking about, the wins and losses, like what you were just talking about. She like, I've been nominated for, I think, don't quote me on this, but I'm just throwing numbers out there. She said like 47 Grammys.
Yeah. And
she only won like 20 something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So she was like, just think about all the times I was defeated, but just think about all the times that I won. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So there's gonna come times where there's wins or losses. You know what I'm saying? But keep going. I just thought about that.
No, I mean, and that's good. I mean, there's gonna come times when when there's wins, and then there's opportunities to learn. You know what I'm saying? And like these deals that we do, this business that we do.
It's no different, man, huh?
Say any business.
It's no different. It's no different.
It's no different because like
never thought about it like that.
I mean, like I told you, I mean, I remember a time when I used to hang on to every deal, but it reminded me once I kind of got into the business and once I actually started flowing, then I realized that me holding on was not increased mentality. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't an increased mindset because our mindset should always be that, hey, there's another deal coming. You know what I'm saying? There's another deal coming. There's another deal coming. There's another deal coming. There's another deal coming. Okay, you got to get many no's before you get to your yes. There's another deal coming. There's another deal coming. And, you've got to kind of forget, you've got to forget what's in the past, and you've got to put it behind you. Like we're talking about athletes, we're talking about Michael Jordan, they have to quickly forget Tiger Woods, has to quickly forget that bad shot that he just made. He has to forget about it. And he's got to go on to the next shot. And that's what 2020 was. 2020 was like that for a lot of us. 2020 was that bad golf shot, or that bad game that 2020 was that bad game. And we've got to quickly put that behind us. And we've got to go ahead and move forward into the 2021. 2020 put us in a place where there were just a lot of lessons. And there were a lot of things that we learned. I mean, we got better in 2020 and it just positioned us. It positioned us to be better, but at the same time, there were some things that didn't go quite the way we wanted to, and we've just got to forget about them. Bad deals, deals that don't close. I mean, you've got to instantly forget about that deal, move on to the next. Find another seller, start it over again. Because here's the thing, if you think of this thing as a career, like if this is a career for you, like it is for us, I mean, this is how we feed our families. This is how our families eat. If you think of this as a career, then you've got to move on. I mean, your mind has to instantly switch. If you're going to be a champion, like a Kobe, like a LeBron, like MJ, who's the greatest of the greatest, but if you're going to be a champion, then you got to instantly flip your mindset. You got to instantly flip and move on to that next, man. And, that's just an important thing. 2021, you got to turn that page. You've got to just move forward, make more calls, make more dials, put some more signs out, whatever it is you got to do. You've got to do more and just keep going. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Like basketball, man, it's a 7-game series. You might have lost game 1, but you got six more games in the series. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You still got the opportunity to win 4, you know what I'm saying, out of that 7. So it's not over with. You might have lost 1 game, but you still got a long series to go. So it's really putting 2020 behind us. We learned a lot. So now we know how to go into 2021 with a totally different mindset.
Yeah.
I would definitely focus on what I could have did better. Some things that, if something went wrong in 2020, if something went wrong, I would write all that stuff down. I would write down, everything that happened in 2020 that affected you from a business standpoint, from a personal standpoint and spiritual standpoint, and just strive to set goals around those and try to get better. If it was a business standpoint, what can you do differently? What can you do differently this year to generate more leads? A lot of what we got to do, we already have it in us what to do. We already know what to do. It's just really just a matter of doing it. I'm saying? It's really just a matter of taking that consistent action and just doing it. It might sound cliche, like, oh, take action, be consistent, blah, blah, blah. But everything in life is what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. It's no magic trick. It's really just all effort and grit. You know what I'm saying? The people who win is the people who are willing to put in the work. We talk
and outlast.
We talk about it all the time. Those people that you named earlier, all those champions, the reason why they're in the position they are because they're willing to outwork everybody around them. You know what I'm saying? They want to make sure that whoever their teammates is or whoever around them know that you're not finna outwork me. You know what I'm saying? And you're supposed to come into And that was my mindset coming into this year. Like, man, like I got to figure out, how can I outwork, anybody, you know what I'm saying? Be obsessive with wanting to be better. Be obsessive with it. Be obsessive with trying to, my obsessiveness really this year is to try to be better, for one, and learn from my mistakes. My mistakes are not failures, they're lessons. That's the only L I'm taking. I'm taking lessons. I ain't taking no losses.
Right, I like that.
L I'm taking. I ain't taking no losses.
Right.
Either a W and the other, and like I said, it's a win. It's either a win or a lesson. It's either or. It ain't no losses.
Right.
Never lose.
Right.
The only way you lose is if you give up and you say I'm done. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just excited, man, about 2021, man. We're in the first quarter.
Yeah.
This is the month where you got to hit the ground running. You can't start this month off slow. You can't start dragging. You can't still be caught up in, getting over 2020. It's over with. It's done. Put it behind you. Lace up your boots, strap up. Let's ride. You know what I'm saying? We in a whole nother year. Let's come into the new year with a whole nother mindset. I don't even want to have the same mindset I had last year.
Right.
I want to be thinking differently. Like I said earlier, I want to be obsessive with trying to get better. I think if you make that a goal of yours, and you should have already wrote down your goals too for this year and be looking at them every single day. But you should be obsessive with wanting to get better. Not be obsessive with making money, not be obsessive with
that's a byproduct.
All that's a byproduct. Yeah.
Byproduct.
Be obsessive with getting better, because guess what? When you be obsessive with getting better, the byproduct, the business gonna get better.
Yeah.
Your household gonna get better. Your team gonna get better, because they're gonna
rise to the occasion.
Yeah, they're gonna rise, because that energy that you set off, it's gonna be contagious, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's gonna rub off on your team, so you're making people better. When you make yourself better, you're making people better around you. You know what I'm saying? Your household is at peace. You know what I'm saying? Your financial situation is good, because guess what? The business is out good.
Right.
The business is good, the finance is good. And the finance is good, the house is good. The house is good, you know what I'm saying? Then you good. You feel better inside. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. One thing you don't want, man. You
stay harmonious.
Yeah, man. You don't want to be like feeling like, like stressed out. Most of the time, like when people have issues at the house, or people having an issue from a personal standpoint, it always boils back to something financial. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Something that's straining financially, where it's putting a burden on other things around you. It might be putting a burden on your house. It might be putting a burden on your business, other relationships, partnerships. So again, the foundation, of course, we always talk about the mindset, but the foundation is striving to be a better version of yourself. That's one of my top goals. Of course, I got different goals that I'm setting for monthly, yearly, weekly, but the main thing that my core, you are your core. You know what I'm saying? You are your foundation. So you have to build yourself up for everything else to come together.
That's good that you say that. Like you your own foundation, because like one thing I just kind of think about. I think about Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know the season's not over yet, but I remember when he first came to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They bought him in. Of course, rah. But he had a different mindset. And his mindset was about getting better. Right. And I know at first it rubbed his teammates and the people around him, his coach, all of it rubbed him the wrong way a little bit. You could tell. Yeah. But
took it personal.
Right. But it was just this obsession about getting better. And lo and behold, now they're in position to possibly make a Super Bowl run because of his obsession with getting better. And my point to that is that when you choose to get better, when you choose to obsess with getting better, then everything around you is going to have to come up, and if it doesn't come up, then it's going to go out.
Yeah.
So just understand that, like when you choose to take it to that next level, You choose to have that mindset that gets you, that mindset that makes you better, and you want to be better in every place. At first, you're possibly going to agitate those around you. But the longer you stay consistent with what you're doing, the longer you stay consistent, then those around you, and because at first they're not going to understand you. They're not going to understand what you're doing. They ain't going to understand it. But the longer you stay consistent, the longer you stay with that mindset, then all of a sudden you'll see things starting to rise. People around you will start to rise around you. Just like Tom Brady. I mean, there were some rocky times this year. But now it's toward the end of the season, and all of a sudden, like all cylinders are on because he didn't stop. So that's the kind of mindset that we have to have. I know, like in 2021, every time that there's a new year, we all endeavor to get better, and we all endeavor to move forward. Change something that we that we didn't do before, but we've got to have the mindset to persist. Persist. I like what the Bible says. The Bible says forgetting what is behind, and it says straining towards what's ahead. So what's straining toward what's ahead? What's ahead is not easy. Like if what's ahead is worth it, if what's ahead is worth anything, it's not going to be easy. He said straining towards what is ahead. So if you're straining towards something, that means you're going to have to go through some obstacles. So you're going to have to persist. You're going to have to persist to get to that next level. You're going to have to, you're going to have to be around, the right people, the right surroundings. You got to have the right environment. You've got to, you've got to make it right if you're working to get to that next place. So, why not start 2021? Why not start 2021 being around the right people, the right environment, right people. I believe that, that me and you have been blessed to create a good environment, with our Dialing for Dollars program, Wholesalers Are Us as a foundation. We've been blessed to be able to create a good environment. We've got, we've been doing this since 2015. Right. So God has given us a proper foundation. He's given us a proper foundation. So when you're working to get better, get with the right people. Get with the right people. People say they got the receipts. We got the receipts. What they say these days, they say, show me the receipts.
Show me the receipts. That means it's facts.
Right. Show me the receipt. Well, we've been blessed. We have the receipts. We have the HUDs. Show me the HUDs. We've got the HUDs to show that listen, if you work with us, then you're working with the right team and you're going to move things forward. So 2021, man, I'm excited, man. I'm excited to be doing this thing with you, D, Lachette. We got the Phillips. The Phillips they said they had the best year last year. You know what I'm saying? They said they had a great 2020.
That's dope.
So it's dope, man. It's dope to be able to hear that, man. We all are being blessed and we all moving forward. But you've got to forget what's behind. But you've got to understand that what's ahead, there's going to be a strain to it. It's not going to be easy. And if you go into it with that mindset, if you go into it with that mindset of it's not going to be easy, then it'll probably be a little bit easier.
What's up, Jan?
What's up, Jan?
Jan said 2020 was best year.
Yeah,
that's right.
Jan said that the Phillips, had the best year in 2020. But you've got to go into that.
2021 new year, new grind, new mindset. Let's get it, family. I know that's right.
That was Darius.
had
Oh
said
yeah,
that.
yeah, new grind. Yeah, new year, new grind.
I see Erica said, we didn't, I know earlier we were naming all these athletes and she said Serena, so we got to give a shout out to the female
Yeah,
athletes too.
Serena. I'm
You know,
sorry.
that's my favorite, man.
Oh my God, Serena's
that's my
great.
favorite athlete,
Yes.
female athlete. So
Yes.
I'm crazy about Serena's. But
So
yeah, she's another
Serena's
one
great.
that, you know, she may have won, you know, 22, 23 Grand Slams, but she done lost another 10, 15 of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
But you know the thing about Serena is I remember there was a time when people thought the Venus was the better sister.
yeah.
And Serena had to overcome.
And when Venus came in, started before her, she was older, so she came in already winning Grand Slams. And it took a minute for Serena to gain some momentum to start winning. You know what I'm saying?
So Serena had to overcome a lot. And you know, and so yeah, I mean, look, how could I forget Serena? You know, Serena is the greatest, the greatest. And
I think
you know,
she's the greatest female athlete ever. You know what I'm saying?
Just athlete, period.
I know there's a lot of great ones. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
a lot
period.
Of them.
Yeah.
She goes down in my top. You know, definitely.
But I like what D says. D said it's a new grind. You know what I'm saying? He said it's a new grind. He says it's a new year. It's a new grind. It's a new mindset. You know, let's get it. So the new grind, you know, the grind is the strain. That's what that is. The grind is the strain. And you know, you've got to be prepared.
What do you think? So for
new
grind, new strain, what do you think is going to take for people to be willing to accept that grind? I know accepting that grind means a lot of uncomfortableness, being uncomfortable, of course. But what is it towards? What is it going to take to motivate people to say, I got to go ahead and just do it. I got to grind it out. I know I got to get better, but it's enough of talking about it and knowing it. But what do I have to put in place to do it?
Well, this is what Paul says. He says he don't consider him yet. Right? Yeah, he said he don't consider him yet to have taken hold of it. So he's ready. Number one, the first thing he's doing is he said, brothers and sisters, I do not consider myself yet to have taken hold of it. But one thing I do, forgetting what is behind and straining towards what is ahead. What he's saying with that is, he said, I don't know everything. You know, I'm going to go ahead and admit, you know, up front, I don't know it all. That's what he says. I do not consider myself yet to have taken hold of it. So first thing you got to do is just go and admit, hey, you know, I don't know everything. You know what I'm saying? And you admit that, and you know, go get help.
It's no different. If you think about it, it's no different that when we first started in the business. We came into the business really not knowing anything, making a lot of mistakes. You know what I'm saying? You talked about your first deal. You know, I mean, it wasn't the best.
Money on my first deal.
You did make money, right?
No, I didn't.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but it's no different from, you know, you had the heart to say, I'm gonna step out on faith and I'm gonna do it. You know, so I'm willing to make mistakes. You know? And I came into the business making a lot of mistakes before I finally closed my first deal. You know, so
and you got, I mean, like you got to go into it with the mind, you know, like number one, I don't know it all. You know what I'm saying? Listen,
that's okay.
Look, it's okay. I know I'm going to mess up. I love the Bible. The Bible be giving us business sense, you know what I'm saying? Mindset stuff. But, you know, and then you got to just, you know, forget that. Look, I know I'm going to make mistakes. I got to forget my mistakes. I got to forget where I messed up. You know what I'm saying? I acknowledge, but then I got to forget it. I got to have the athlete type memory. And then I just got to move forward. I got to have the mindset to move forward. He says he's straining towards what's ahead. You know, how do you strain towards what's ahead? I think you got to get around people that are straining toward what's ahead. You got to get around.
That's the number one crutch. Do you think that's the number one crutch that holds a lot of people back? Is the people around them?
Yeah, absolutely. Listen. You got to get around people that have the same mindset. I remember there was a guy that Rob's in Colombia too.
Oh yeah.
Jan and Rob are in Colombia. Rob taking a break from my spot.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, Rob is taking. Hey guys, if you ever are in South Lake,
they're my brothers, man. They're my brothers, man. We love y'all, man.
if you ever, yeah, those are our brothers and we love them. But if you're ever in South Lake Mall in Atlanta, Georgia, go by the Great American Hot Dog Factory. I mean, it is the best hot dogs are there. And
yeah, definitely
go
support a black-owned business. You know,
yeah, it's a black-owned
business. And that's another thing we got to get into this year supporting each other. You know, what I'm saying? Supporting people who look like us. And I'm not prejudiced at all. I love all races.
Yeah.
But support your brothers, support your sisters.
Hot Dog Factory.
And especially if they're in your industry, support them. You know what I'm saying? So definitely support Rob. Go check them out, South Lake Mall.
Yo, it's 100% black. It's 100% black owned. 100% black owned. What do I mean by that? Rob's a franchisee. His franchisor, who is actually the owner of the company, is black, and he makes sure that the franchisees are black. But not only that, but the food is great. It's delicious. It is quality food. So South Lake Mall, Hot Dog Factory, you got to go there. Him and Jan are in Colombia.
That's why I need to be.
But the business is still going.
Yeah, business still going.
Yeah, I might have to go there tomorrow. but yeah, man, it's like pressing to and listen, you got to get around people like that.
Absolutely.
People that have that kind of mindset, because they understand, like you want to say, okay, how do I do the strain? Like, how do I do the part where, how do I get my mind right to where I understand of what I have to do? First thing is I got to understand that I don't know it all. Just go ahead and just be like, hey, I don't know everything. I don't know it. Okay.
You mean that's okay? You mean it's okay to say that? It's okay.
It's okay to listen. I'm gonna go ahead and break down Rob. This is what Rob said on I think it was Glenn's show. On Glenn's show, he said I told the owner that I didn't know what I was doing. He said I admitted that I didn't know what I was doing. And Rob really, he's kind of background, he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. But he said, I submitted myself. There's a word. I submitted myself to the owner. And when I submitted myself to the owner, they had all kinds of processes to make it happen. Yeah. All I had to do, it was plug and play when I submitted myself to the owner. He's like, I didn't go in there telling them I know how to cook a hot dog. I didn't go in there telling them how to make the fry. No.
He went as far as saying, I don't even know what location, but if you tell me to go here, I'm going there. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, I ain't never heard of this mall before.
Listen, you're right.
He followed the lead of the leader, you know what I'm saying? And he was willing to accept, what he brought to the table, and he believed in him, you know what I'm saying?
He believed in the guy's vision. So there it is. He said, forget, I don't know everything, but I've also got to understand that the mistakes are going to be there. Mm-hmm. And if I understand that the mistakes are going to be there, then I ain't gonna trip. Like if I understand up front that, that I'm going to have some issues. I'm going to make some mistakes when I'm making my calls. I'm going to make some mistakes when I'm putting out my signs. I'm going to make some mistakes when I'm dialing for dollars, driving for dollars. I'm going, if you just say that up front, then you're good. You know what I'm saying? Your mindset can be right towards, number one, submission. I'm going to make mistakes, but I got somebody that's going to back me up. Rob, at the hot dog factory is like, hey, listen, I'm going to make, I don't know what I'm doing, but I've got this gentleman over here that knows exactly what he's doing. And if he knows what he's doing, I submit to that. When I submit to that, then I'm going to get a win because he's already done it before. So you've got to get around the right people. You've got to get around the people that know what they're doing. You've got to get around the people that have done it before. That deal, I think the deal today when, and Dee don't even know about this, but, we had, we did some maneuvering, with that deal, with the owner, to make it palatable, to make it right. But through all that, it was like me and Will, we know what we're doing. We've done it before. You know what I'm saying? We've talked to this kind of person before. We know how to make it happen. So you've got to get around the right people. You've got to get around the right people. Once you get around the right people, then guess what? They all straining to get ahead too. They're all working to get ahead too. So everybody's moving in the same direction. And as everybody's moving in the same direction, you've got the right synergy, you've got the right, you've just got the right mindset, and you're getting to that place of the hood. Got proof, got hoods, we got hoods. You're getting to that place of getting to the hood. And that's what you've got to do. It may not look pretty. You may have a deal that goes down here, a deal that goes down over there. But guess what? If you keep going, everybody keeps going in the right direction, you're going to get some stuff done. You're going to get some stuff done. So I just know that you've got to get around the right people, Will. I think that's the most important thing. Get your mind right. Once you get your mind right and just open to doing, what the right people are doing, then
what would be your answer to that person who hear us saying, get around the right people? What would be your answer to, like, what do they go to seek those people? If they don't have those type of people in their circle right now, like what do they do to seek those type of people and those type of relationships?
Well, you mean well, first off, you got to recognize that you're not around the right people. I remember
wow. That's first.
You got to recognize, you got to know that you're not around the right people. I had there was a deal I had a while back, and it didn't quite work out for the buyer. And I messed around and I let a first time buyer, real estate buyer, get in, and their contractor got frustrated about the process, and the contractor said, "Man, I'm just gonna go back to doing what I did before." You know what I'm saying? But that's it's easy to go back, to a comfort zone. So you've got to get around people that are not in a comfort zone. So you've got to recognize, like when you're working to do something new, you've got to recognize who's around you. You know what I'm saying? Who's around you? The people are around you. Are they in a comfort zone? Are they doing, what everybody else is doing? Are they striving to move forward? So you've got to recognize that first. You've got to recognize that first. I remember the Phillips. This reminds me of the Phillips, when the Phillips were first getting started. How they spent, the famous $18,000 that they spent, and they realized that they weren't around the right people. Now, nothing wrong with the people that they were, working with at the time, but they realized they weren't around the right people. And the thing that changed it was getting around the right people, the people that had the same type of mentality, or the people that had the same type of grind that they had. And that's the thing that accelerated them and put them towards that six figures. They hadn't seen a hood before they got with us. And we're not saying that we're the end all be all, but since we had the receipts and we had the proof, we could show them that, hey, it's right here. You can do it. You can do it if you do this. Then that's what created that. That's what created that. Darius just said it. He said, good partnerships equal success. That's real. I mean, I don't know where I would be had I not had the right partnerships. Had I not ran into a Will Galloway, I don't know.
Think about a professional team. How can you win a championship if you don't have the right pieces, if you don't have the right teammates?
Hey, bro, just look at James Harden. For all those who know basketball, look at somebody like James Harden.
Yeah, I mean, seeking to be around the right people. I mean, not to say the people that's around him are not the right people, but I'm
great
saying
individually.
But evidently, it's not enough to get it done.
No championship.
So you have to know, like, man, in order for me to be a champion, I had to be around. I had to put the right pieces around me to build a championship team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just like sports, it's no different.
And then I think the other thing, partner, is you've got to understand what is your goal. You know what I'm saying? Like you've got to establish what is your goal. Do you want to be in a championship environment? You know, do you want to be around championship people like Jan and Rob? You know, the Phillips. You know, do you want to be around championship type people? You know, does that bother you to be around championship type people? You know, are you good with that? Because these are people that are going to challenge you. You know, they're going to challenge you to get better. They're going to challenge you to just by being around, you know, people like, you know, we able to surround ourselves with. It's going to challenge you to get better. You know, are you okay with that? You know, or you want to go back? You know, you want to go back to, you know, whatever it is you were doing before. That's fine too. Just like that contractor told me, you know, he's like, man, I'm just gonna go back to what I was doing before. I was like, oh, okay, cool. You know, but before that, he was telling me, listen, I want to do this. I want to do this business. 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 I want to do this business.
Everything's exciting until the work comes in.
To the work comes in.
Whenever the hard money lender, sweat, and you got to think hard, and you got to move some muscles.
Till the hard money lender comes in and says, listen, you got to submit us a budget. Everything. you know, but what do you want? Who do you want to be around? You know, is very, very important. Are they still on? I don't know. If Jan and Rob, I don't know if they're still on. I don't see them still on, but yeah, and no doubt that those brothers are, you know, and you know, those are good friends of ours. But no doubt that those brothers are, you know, in Colombia planning. You know what I'm saying? Planning the next move. You know, planning what's going to happen next. He said, Jan said we can come to Paris. I know we're going to take you up on that. He said you can come down there anytime. They got real estate down there as well. That's expanding your mind. They're expanding your mindset. You know, like, you know, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think of real estate outside the States. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, so I'm grateful for that. You know, grateful for that. Grateful to have friends like that. You know.
So this year, so since this year has already started, what do people need to be focusing on, like right now? Now that we're in January 2021, what is, you know, well, we just talked about, of course, you know, the right relationships, right partnerships. What's something else that you put on the top of the list, you know, up there with that?
If you haven't put a plan together, get around somebody with a plan. You know, like if you don't like, you know, I hate to say it, but you know, you can have success. You don't have to be the top dog to have success. You know, if you have not put your plan together, get around somebody that has a plan. That's, you know, and share success, sharing that success. You know,
you gotta have a plan so you can have something to believe in, something to look forward to accomplishing. You know, and it's just important, man. It's very, very important to have a plan and have something that you're looking forward to getting better in and succeeding in. It's nothing like it.
I want to tell you guys, this scripture came from Philippians 3:13 and 14. That's where we came.
Like how you bringing the scriptures out tonight, bro.
Well, I mean, it's my foundation. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I really want our partners to really understand that a lot of this business stuff, you know, like a lot of these books, a lot of this stuff, you know, the foundation has been in the Word of God, and it's been there for years. So if you know, if you want to get where everything really comes from, you know, a lot of this mindset, this stuff really comes from the Word of God. And my goal 2021 is, you know, to be able to show more people that, you know, you know. So yeah, Philippians 3:13 and 14 is where that came from. So Just so y'all know, you know.
And guys, again, we talk about it all the time, but if you getting back to the real estate conversation, if you are looking to get started and you just need the right partners, you need the right team, you don't have no sense of direction, you don't really have a budget, this Dollar for Dollars program, we already got a couple of people started in it already, and we are already getting some traction with it. Guys, this program is nothing out there like it. I don't care where you go on the internet.
No.
You don't find nothing like this. I'm talking about nothing like this. Because for one, all the resources and tools and things that we provide, first of all, you ain't gonna get it without having to pay a monthly fee or paying a big, large upfront fee. That's for one. And two, we eliminate all the excuses. We eliminate all the excuses, meaning like you can't come to the table saying, I'm lacking this, or I don't know about this, or I can't do this, or this is what's holding me back from real estate, or this was holding me back because I don't got the leads, or I ain't, I don't have no contract, or I ain't got no attorneys, or I ain't got no buyers, I ain't got this, I ain't got no. All of that is eliminated because we put a system together to where we try to eliminate every objection that a common newbie could have, or a person who want to get started would have, and we made sure that we was able to scratch out every objection that you would have. And most of those objections, we have pieces and things in place to eliminate all the excuses. And we got the calling platform, we got the unlimited leads with phone numbers to make calls on, and then you have the customer service support, meaning you have wholesalers of us in the background who is going to look at every lead, no lead left behind. We're going to look at every lead. We're going to, dial in, make sure it is a deal, and figure out what's next and the goal is to get it to the closing table so we can get you paid. That's the ultimate goal, is to get our partners paid. It's always been the goal. That's always been our goal. Our goal has always been, how can we get to the closing table? And we want our partners to close, because guess what, guys? When you guys are winning, we're winning. It just makes sense. When you guys are winning, when you guys are closing, that means we're closing too. So it just makes sense for us just to do it together as a team, as a unit, and it make it that much funner. You know what I'm saying? So, guys, if you're interested in hearing more about that program, send us an email. We'd love to have a conversation with you. Our email is reiwholesalersareus@gmail.com. That's REI wholesalersareus@gmail.com. Send us an email, say I'm interested in the Dollar for Dollars program. Tell us a little bit about you. Why should we consider you? Because a lot of people reach out, but everybody doesn't qualify. We're not just looking for bodies. We're looking for people who are meant to be in this program. We're looking for people that God has spiritually sent our way. And you will know it and we will know it. So we're open to have conversations, but it's not a fit for everybody. So we know that already going into it. So if that sounds like something you may be interested in, or you need some direction, and again, it's not no mentorship program. We do not consider ourselves mentors by all means, because if you wanted to consider us a mentor, you'd be paying us $5,000, $10,000 plus, for our guidance, and that's not the case. So, but yeah, guys, we're excited about 2021. It's the first quarter. This is the month where you really, really, really need to get the ball rolling. Really, really need to get the ball rolling. I'm trying to, my goal is to close 5 or more deals this month. And that's not a lot to ask for. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, let's get it. Let's get it. It's time to go in. It's game time. The clock, it's unstarted, and it's the first quarter. We got 3 more quarters to go after this one. So it's game time. Let's get it. We at the hour mark now, bro. You got anything else you want to close it out with?
No, guys. Let's just get it. I mean, this is we talked about the fourth quarter, but this is the time right here. This is the time right here. Fourth quarter is done. Put it all. We put it behind us, let's go ahead and move forward.
Let's move forward. Let's move forward. Let's move forward. There ain't no backwards. Lead. Once we hang this lineup, have it in your mind to say, I'm leaving 2020 behind me, and I'm looking forward. Not looking behind. I'm looking forward, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful that 2020 I made it. You know what I'm saying? Like, thousands of people, did not make it. Due to whether it was the pandemic or they just didn't make it. So as long as you're here, you're still in the game. You still got opportunity to win. So that's what's up.
That's what's up.
Any scriptures to close out? Any prayer? Anything?
Yeah. I went. There was another scripture that I had. Oh yeah, Isaiah 43, 18, 19. It says, "Forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? Do you not see it? I'm making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland." Streams in the wasteland. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's dope. So forget the old things. Don't even dwell on this past. God is doing a new thing in your life. The water springs up. You've got to see it. You've got to see the new things that are happening in your life. You've got to see it. If you don't see it, you will miss it. You will miss it, right? And he's making a way in the wilderness. So that means he's making a way for you. He's making a way for you, but you've got to be able to see it. And he's making streams.
You got to just let go of the past, because God got so much new stuff going on in 2021 that you still stuck somewhere, and he trying to release you from you from that, and you can't even hear him out on the new plan.
Yeah, you got to perceive it. He said, "Do you not perceive it for a reason?" Do you not perceive it? That was said for a reason. It's because a lot of times we don't see what's been provided for us. We don't see, like a dollar for dollars program. We don't see the program, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't see what's been provided. We don't see, God use us as vessels. That's all he's doing with us. So, he's putting it in place. When he says, when we talk about the Dialing for Dollars program, all that is for us is that's God making a way. He's making a way through us. He's making a way through us, So you got to be able to perceive it. You got to be able to see it. If you see it, you're going to take advantage. You're going to move forward. And again, we're not begging anybody to join our program. We're not begging anybody to join our program. We're just doing what it is that we've been called to do.
Right.
Straight up.
Well, that's what's up, man. Well, we appreciate everybody who joined us on the call tonight. This was the first Monday call of the year, and we got so many more to go. Thank you guys for being consistent and hearing us out every Monday. We'll definitely be here again next Monday to bless you guys with whatever God has put on our heart to share. So, guys, just think about what we talked about tonight, and game on. Let's go. Let's get it started. Let's go into it.
Started in here.
Obsessed with wanting to get better, but getting obsessed with having the right people around us. Getting obsessed with even what we did tonight. Like we basically let the scripture and let the word of God guide the meeting tonight. You know what I'm saying? So implement that in your life. Start letting the word guide your next move. You know what I'm saying? Don't listen to what we say. Let the word guide you. I'm just talking right now, just to be honest with you. But I would let the word guide me and give me direction, and that's another thing I'm implementing this year. Like, stop trying to make my own decisions and let God make the decision. Let God, tell me which way to go, and not trying to go the way I want to go, And I think that's another mistake we make, is we so busy making them decisions when the decision's not left up to us. You know what I'm saying? And we have to understand that and be open to hearing him speak and giving us direction. And again, that starts with lining yourself with the word, and let the word be your mediator. So that's another thing you need to focus on. So that's it. We love y'all. Happy New Year's. We'll talk to you guys next Monday.
Oh. Vote.
Yeah, vote tomorrow. Warnock. Osnoff. I said Osnoff, meant Ossoff. Get his name wrong. All right, y'all.